Hey everyone, today we're going to show you how Compare for Kentico can help make your Kentico deployments go a little bit more easier and smoother and hopefully save you some time. So the scenario I want to walk through is using Compare for Kentico. How can we move changes from one installation to another, and how can we fix problems? And actually I have a real world scenario. We just updated our live website for compareforkentico.com, and that's at bizstreamtoolkit.com, and we have a product page for one of our modules, search. And the problem here is that I rolled out some code and I didn't do something right, because this area right here is supposed to be a video. And you can tell that by looking at our dev site. So on our dev site, we have a nice video that illustrates what's going on with Search for Kentico, which is another module that we offer. But basically the idea here is that I did this deployment, I rolled out code, but I must have missed something in the Kentico database. And that happens often when you're doing large, complex deployments. This is where Compare for Kentico can help you. What I want to walk you through today quickly is how can we fix this problem by using our tool. So I'm going to jump over to Compare for Kentico. This is the custom module we've developed. It lives right in your Kentico website. And I've registered our dev site and our live site to be our source and target. And I'm going to click run a compare. And what that's doing is it's reaching out across the internet from our Bitstream office to our hosting provider and looking at all the Kentico objects, all the files, all the store procedures, the database, things that are there. And anything that it finds different, it's going to bring back and allow me to visually compare those items in a quick and easy way. So the results came back pretty fast, and funny enough, the first thing that our tool notices of the items that are in both places but different is that Search Kentico page for Search for Kentico. If I look at that, I can see that one of the fields, the product feature video, is blank on production, but it's filled in dev, and that would make sense, right? That's what we're seeing. So I know that I would like to deploy this item, but I also am noticing that this is an item that is a file. So we're mixing the fact that we've got a Kentico object problem and a file system problem, or maybe a asset problem. What I'm going to do is include this in the deployment, and then I'm going to close this window because I know that's the page I want to change. And then I'm going to look for things that maybe only are on our dev site, like that video. And it's not a page template, it's not a container. I'm going to go to page 2. Ah, there it is. This is the file, the video file, that I actually want to push out to my website. And for this purposes today, that's all I'm going to deploy. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to ignore items that are different only on production. That's okay. For, things like Google sitemaps might be different. So what I'm going to do here is show you how to step through the deployment wizard. We've got the fact that we're going to change one page of our website, and we're also going to change a file in the website. So we're going to hit the Kentico database, we're going to update that, and we're also going to update the file system. And remember, this set of changes could be a page template, a page type, it could be many, many different things. So to do that, I'm going to click deploy. And the first step of the deployment wizard reminds us that, hey, we're going to push files. Do we have the privilege and the rights to do this? In most production environments, you might not. So if we don't have the rights to do it, we're going to push it to a temporary directory on your website, and then it's up to you as the developer to go update and move those files into the right place. But something new that hasn't been in our product before is the fact that we've added the ability to authenticate to your production site, the server itself, and if you provide the right credentials, again, this is a secure remote connection using Windows Authentication, you can actually put in the password and the username to that server, and when you click next, it's going to say, oh, okay, I was able to communicate with the server, it's a good set of credentials. From here, you're onto the normal deployment steps of remembering that you should take a backup because you're going to change your live website. We're going to skip that because I've actually done that before this demo. I don't want to make you watch me do a backup. And then we're going to run the next step. In a simple deployment, you may not have any object dependencies, but this is set up to help you in case you want to change like a query and forget that Kentico's content staging needs to actually change the whole object itself. So you can't just change one query. That's what the dependencies windows would be. But again, this scenario, really simple. We don't have any dependencies, so we can skip that. But from there, we get to the final deployment plan wizard review step. And here, again, it's going to tell us that we're going to update one thing. We're going to update that page in the tree. And we're going to add one thing. We're going to add that file to the file system. So here are two things. I'm going to say deploy now because I'm ready to go. We're going to get confirmation that, yeah, we are going to change your live site. So let's make sure we do this the right way. Click OK. And then what's going to happen is it's going to basically transfer this information over to the file system of the live site. It's going to update the database, and boom, it said everything just worked for us. This is really cool because you know what? I didn't have to FTP anything. I didn't have to zip anything. I don't have to do backups. I don't have to do restores. I don't even have to log into the other website. I changed it all from right here on my toolkit module. And if I close and recompare that, it's going to show less differences in the site. And while it does that, we can actually navigate back to the dev site. Remember, this is what it's supposed to look like. We're on dev. And then if I go to my production website, I refresh that page, and there we go. Of course, there's that dang preview mode, so we'll get rid of that. But you can see we just updated our live website with Compare for Kentico. We did it really quick, really easily. And you know what? I'm confident that it worked because I could compare that and see that those differences came back as less. So there you have it. There's our quick demo of Compare for Kentico.